If you're currently slightly losing, break even, or just barely winning the game that you're playing in, there's a very good chance that your biggest edge is not going to be found in strategy. It's not going to be found in more solver work. It's actually in how you approach the game. You see, most people, they treat poker like a casual grind. If you start seeing yourself more as an athlete, as a performer, you are potentially going to set yourself up for an extremely big edge. This isn't just some fancy idea, it's actually just about building the mindset and the lifestyle that allows you to show up with energy, focus, resilience every session that you play. Once you do that, the game is going to feel completely different to you and your results are going to go up, guaranteed. So at the stakes most of us are playing, I'm talking about low to mid stakes, online and live. The biggest edge isn't going to be found in theory, in perfectly balancing some bet. It's going to be mostly exploitative play because people make so many mistakes, but outside of that, it's just going to be about who can apply their strategy the most consistently. Because if you have a winning strategy, but you lose focus after a few hours of playing and you continue playing, or you tilt after a bad beat, it doesn't matter what you know because you're not able to apply it consistently. It just won't translate into results. Strategy is what you know, but mindset and lifestyle is how you deliver it. If you're sharper mentally, more disciplined emotionally, and stronger physically, you're going to be able to apply what you know a lot more consistent than a lot of your opponents. And that alone is a big edge. It explains why there can be two players playing the same games and having a very similar theoretical understanding of the game, and one of these players is a crusher and the other one is barely breaking even. The difference isn't in the strategy that they know, it's in themselves and how well they are able to bring their knowledge into play. Now, for instance, tilt isn't always about punting a stack. It's way more subtle than that. Maybe you call one river because you're frustrated. Maybe you fold too early because you don't feel like fighting for the pot. Or maybe after an hour you just autopilot your c-bets and you don't even notice it. The thing is that these tiny mistakes, they add up. Even just losing one big line to lack of focus and another one to tilt, that's 2 big lines per 100 hands. And if we look at a decent sample, let's say 100,000 hands, that's the difference between being a break-even player or a player that is crushing the game. Most players approach poker like gamblers. Show up, hope they run well, and see what happens. But athletes prepare, they recover, they review, they build routines. This can be a pre-session prep where you just clear your head for a little bit, you set your intentions for the session. It can be optimizing your poker stamina, protecting your sleep, eating well, getting regular exercise. All of this is very important because how you feel within your session is very important. And a single session that you're playing is not an isolated event. It is just a result of all the work that you do outside of it. So instead of sitting down hoping I run well today, try I have prepared to play my A game today. That's a game changer. And it's so simple, but it's a shift in mindset where now you focus on your preparation, you focus on optimizing the way that you enter the session, and it makes it a lot easier for you to focus on the process you're in and not as much as the short-term results. So if you're stuck, barely beating a game or being break-even, slightly losing even, don't fall into the trap that the only way to get to the next level is by more solver work and more strategy. The real missing edge for you might just be in your mindset, in your routines, your lifestyle, the way that you approach the game. And when you train those, you don't just unlock more big blinds at the table, you also build a life outside of poker that feels stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you resonate with it, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I will see you guys on the next one.